Okay, hello YouTubers. Wanted to show you today my side scoops that I bought for my Pontiac Fiero. I had a request about how I mounted these, and truth be told, I only got one of them mounted. This is the other one that still hasn't been mounted yet, of course. And the story behind these goes is I bought these, oh geez, back in the 90s off of eBay, back when eBay was still new, and like people would only post like one picture if you actually posted a picture. So I thought I was buying the repop ones from Canada, which were supposed to be good, and this was just some homemade jobby that somebody made, and as you can see, it turned out to be totally shit. So I tried to make do with what I got. As far as sending them back to the guy, is like the whole thing was after the auction ended, the guy still had to make the damn thing, so I had to wait like a month to get them. And so, of course, was never able to put feedback or anything like that. And of course, in retrospect, I would have just made these from scratch if I had to. So, gist of these things is like they're not very square, they're not very lined up, they're not very well made, but you make do with what you got. So, first thing I noticed, the sill plate, it has marks for where the little tabs are supposed to go in for mounting them. These don't work. You'd have to cut this all out. What I eventually did was I cut the whole thing off, and then I cut the plastic one off of my car and attached the plastic one to the fiberglass one. And I had a little sheet of metal underneath to rivet together so they would hold it up to it. Because the amount of work it would take to cut these out and get them all nice and precise so you can put the little clip in there and have the little screw hole to screw this to the frame. This is too much work. And then of course over here you can see where I've been doing some fitting. Had to cut this out, had to cut that out, had to trim this down. Like nothing lines up. That's one thing that was really bad about these. And then for this part, it had the little riser that comes up. This little part, it had that, but it was so poorly made. The same thing with the little slots. Excuse me. Those slots did not line up at all. So I said the best solution for me is cut all that off, which I did. Lots of Dremel, and then hold on a second. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna glue the new panel to the old panel. So I trimmed everything out I needed so I can glue this one to the one that actually fits on the car. And as you see, I cut a hole for the side scoop to pass through the panel. And then I'm just facing the task of gluing everything together. And once that's done, then maybe I can actually get this on the car. But there's still more issues to be addressed. As you see, I slotted the bottom. These slots are here because this has such a curve to it that I can't fit it onto the frame. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, I should have just built this from scratch. And then you can see here, this isn't even flat. It's like, let me get a side shot. It varies a lot. Yeah, look at that. It's like half an inch of variance there. So it's like, you really got to watch what you buy. And nowadays, at least nowadays, we have better return policies and stuff. And we get more internet, so people can actually post better pictures of what's going on. And even this part here is wrong. Like he halved it. He didn't bring it all the way up. It's supposed to come all the way up to here to join in where the old panel connects. So I'm gonna have to put a piece of material in there and then fiberglass it myself and fill it in so it looks proper. So that way there it would line up with that top. This top goes to that top, keep your lines. So that's what's going on with that. Let me go and we'll show you the one on the car itself. Yeah, come on. You gonna help me make videos? Yeah, here we are at the car, and oh, it's got vines. Man, that kind of sunlight in the way here. But here you can see where I screwed the old panel, or I mean the new panel to the old panel, and I have it attached to the actual slots for those. It looks like it pulled it down a little too far anyway. So this one's all out of alignment. So if I want to make this look good, I'm gonna have to fill that in and do more fucking work than I have to. And you can see here too, like my lines don't line up. All because this piece pulled down, and when I put this one onto this one, I cut too much of this original panel apart. Because if you looked at the back of this one, it's all hollow. It's like just a 1-inch strip all the way around, just so I can keep the original molding. That I thought was a great idea, but as you can see, the panel was so deformed that this is like half an inch down below where it needs to be. And when I attached the mic strip to it, the mic strip just conformed to this piece, and now it's all out of alignment. You can also see some cuts here. I had to put cuts here because the fiberglass curled. So it's like, it wouldn't even lay flat to begin with. So this is kind of like a whole disaster. It looks good from far away, but you gotta stand pretty far away. Over here, I can see my scoops here where I got my line. I still need to like glue that together and fill it in, make it look decent. Can't see much with the lighting here. Oh yeah, there's the old panel. There's this strip right here. Open it up, you can see where I did the sill plate. This is the original sill plate from the car. It's just plastic, and I cut them, lined them up, and then put a piece of metal to attach the two together. Here's my little screws. And that didn't even work that great to begin with because there's not a whole lot of clearance underneath these. You probably have to drill clearance holes for the bolt to go through. Yeah, you get what you paid for. Unfortunately, you know, I think I paid like $500 for these plus shipping, and it was like, what the hell is this? Hey, still got stuff in here. Oh, right, up in the front. This again, I don't like how this looks. I slotted this with a Dremel and then had this go up inside it, but it didn't even fit really up inside it because that lip that he had on there, it fucking sucks ass. You can see where I tried to do some paint and stuff. Again, the line doesn't line up. Like really, if you want to get these panels, you want to get them in two parts. You want to have it cut in the middle with some kind of like slide adjustment, because not all cars are the same. Even though they're all made on an assembly line, they're always slightly different. You could be 1/8 of an inch up to like 1 inch off, or probably more like a 1/2 inch, because the way they built the cars, if you're 1/16 of an inch off on every rivet on the frame towards the end, you're gonna end up being like 1/2 inch off by the time you get from the front to the back. So having these panels designed with a slot in the middle so they can slide it, you can slide them apart, get them to fit, and then fill in the slot. I don't know, that's just my thinking. And these are the panels. I'll leave the comments open if you want to comment on it. It's a lost cause now, because like I said, I bought these in like the 90s, and heck, like, that guy that I bought them from took so long to ship them to me. By the time I could get them and give feedback, the feedback thing was closed on eBay. So huge loss on my part. I got this to work with. Hell, if someone sent me new panels, I'll throw these out in a second and put new ones on. But for now, this is what I got. Hopefully I'll get some time to work on them. Right now, my plan is to keep the car outside until I get the money to fix this garage, because that's falling apart, and that's the main reason why I haven't worked on anything, is because I have no place to work on anything. Okay, well, till later. Subscribe, like, and subscribe to my videos. Also, check out my channel. We have a pretty good write-up on the 3.4 liter swap that we did on Jason's car. If you want to check that out, go ahead. Other than that, I'll see you on Pennock's forum. Thank you.